William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate. How to play the Trilby Tour, rule number 24. Like any other golf event, try to play your bunker escapes onto the green rather than onto the main train line between Nottingham and Loughborough. The Trilby Tour returns for a second year to Trent Lock for the Championship of Nottinghamshire. There are plenty of water features around the course, so expect to see a few wet balls and, more likely than not, a few wet players. In this show we'll feature the best play of the day, our 4-man 3-hole playoff, and we'll see if we can squeeze in a few of the worst shots of the day in Rogues Gallery. Right now, let's hand over to the man with the mic, our commentator, Rob Lee.
Thanks, Mac. Yes, we're at Trent Lock, just southwest of Nottingham. It's a serene triangle of land between the River Trent and a canal and a railway line. Weather's pretty good, maybe a few light showers, but nothing to worry about. So let's get down to the first tee and join William.
Carl, you were here last year.
I was indeed.
And how'd you get on?
I was on the top 10 leaderboard up until the 15th, and then I blobbed 15, 16 and 17.
That's gotta hurt.
I saw my name on the boards and went downhill from there.
It happens, doesn't it?
It does.
Do you think it's the pressure of seeing yourself and you say those immortal words, I only need?
Yes, of course.
And then it goes wrong, doesn't it?
It is. You only see a couple of names above you, 2 or 3 shots difference, and you're thinking, I've got a couple of shots coming up on the next 2 holes, let's smash it, and it goes, unfortunately, the wrong way, and you drop down the leaderboards.
Are you going to look at those leaderboards today?
Yeah.
Are you?
Of course.
Again?
I think you've got to.
I think you've got to walk past them like this.
Yeah, we're amateurs. We like to see where we are. So.
Yeah, I just think the moment you say to yourself, I only need 3 bogeys, you're going to blob, aren't you?
I think so, but I think it's the amateur mentality. We like to see our name in lights.
Yeah, okay. What do you fancy about this course today, and what do you fear?
There's only a couple of holes that are bogey holes to me. I've played this course quite a few times.
Like the 16, 17, 18?
Yeah, 15, 16, 17. If I play them well this year, I think I'll be happy. I'm looking for 36 plus points today, to be fair. So.
How do you start a Trilby Tour? Well, here's how. With the driver. Oh, this is Sunday best swing, that one. Doesn't want it back. Yes, he does. It's in a bunker. Poor shot. Rubbish.
John, first time out, and you're a good player.
Not bad. I've got a 5 handicap, so it's it's tough handicap. Yeah.
The great thing about like sort of low handicaps like yourself, 5 handicaps, you lose 1 shot. A lot of the higher handicaps lose an awful lot of shots.
That's where I think it could level out today.
Yeah.
Yes. So luckily I've only lost 1.
So how long have you been playing for?
I first started when I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
Then I gave it up for about 5-10 years when I was playing a lot of football. I've just rejoined the club again. Yeah. And I'm loving it. Yeah.
It's a bit more sedate than the football.
It's a lot safer. Unless I play Saturdays or Sundays.
When some of these lads are where they've been knocking it about out there on the left.
Yeah.
You're a good player, as we said. 5 handicap. It takes some effort to get to there. Can you win today?
I hope to play well. I think if I can qualify, my aim is to try and qualify the top 10. I can get 30, 36, 37 points maybe. As long as my putting's okay, can't drop any shots on the greens.
So how do you feel about this first tee?
I was quite confident, quite not too nervous, but I'm starting to, now it's getting nearer the time. A little few nerves are edging in, but no, I'm looking forward to enjoying it.
And a prediction?
Level par, 36 points, I hope.
John Millard, RAC Club in Epsom. That's posh. That's really posh. Quite the follow through. Nearly took his Trilby off there, but it's a low scuttler down the left-hand side. Come back, ground fade. That's one he doesn't want back.
Ian, it's a pleasure to see you again. I think you're one of the best players that's playing this Trilby Tour. You've won. You were champion of Yorkshire, weren't you?
Yep.
You've played 4 playoffs.
3, I think.
3 playoffs, and I think your best day was in Ireland, wasn't it?
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that day.
Just a great day. It's one of my favourite golf courses in the world anyway. Druids Glen.
Yeah.
Had a great day. Sunshine was shining for us, and it was my first ever event.
Was it?
And yeah. And as you well know, I got a hole in one in the shootout.
Yeah. But you picked up a trophy in Yorkshire.
I picked a great trophy up, yeah. Very proud.
Tell us how that felt. What does it feel like to be a Trilby Tour champion?
Well, I've never had a feeling like it in golf before, and I've played in a lot of amateur events. So with TV cameras there, all the crowd there, it's just a great bunch of people. It's all about the people, and made a lot of good friends.
It isn't the people, it's the people, isn't it?
It's fantastic, yeah. It really is.
Can you do it today?
Hope so. I'm going to try my best. We'll see. Can't make many mistakes off one handicap with the scores that are already in, but just got to play steady, fairway and greens, and see what happens. Hope the putt starts working.
Well, highly fancied with his skill set, no doubt about that. And this is Ian Clark with a driver. You can always tell, can't you? You can always tell from the swing if they can play or not. It's a lovely start. That's the look of a very pleased man.
Ricky, we saw you last year at the KP Club. The highs and lows of the Trilby Tour could be described as your day. Tell us what happened.
A bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Started off horrific.
It was horrific, wasn't it?
Really horrific, like as bad as it could get.
Yeah.
Pulled it back, put a good round together, made it to playoff.
Yeah, you a miraculous recovery, really.
Yeah.
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 And we got to playoff, and you were looking confident, buoyant, because you were rolling then, because it was all in the back nine, wasn't it, that you got through. And then tell us what happened in the playoff.
Started off horrific again.
But you had a miracle score on the second hole, didn't you? Because that's a really tough hole.
Yeah, birdie with a shot, which got me straight back into it.
Didn't you sink a monster putt?
Yeah, it was massive. It was off green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're flying at this point.
One shot lead.
One shot lead with a shot in the last hole.
Yes.
Yeah. And then what happened?
I got a 2-shot penalty.
And the 2-shot penalty was because?
It's a tree on my backswing.
Yeah.
And then stopped instead of carrying on.
Oh,
and,
that's harsh,
obviously
isn't it?
2 shots improving
That's
me.
harsh. I remember, I think it dropped 2 leaves, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which didn't really improve your swing.
No, I still had to swing through trees.
I've got to say, you took that penalty like a true gent, like a real Trilby Tourian. It was...
rules at rules are there for a reason.
That's what you said, rules at rules.
Bricks a brick, I said at the time.
That's it. Bricks a brick.
Yeah.
Say it again.
A brick's a brick.
And that's how it rolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today?
I'm feeling all right, actually. Yeah. If I can get a first tee, we should be fine.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Ricky Ratcliffe. Now a little fade, just a hint of fade. Started down the middle, cannot be anywhere but on the fairway. That's one very happy Yorkshireman.
Alan, we saw you win down at the Isle of Purbeck, probably the toughest golf course we've ever experienced on the Trilby Tour. How did that feel?
That was amazing because it's a really, really tough day, and I just had one of those days where
wind,
I kind of
rain, thorn bushes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was the first Trilby Tour for me, so it was fantastic to do it. I mean, it was brilliant, and I came back last year, obviously, but I had a hip replacement happening in November, so when I played I was sore, if I'm honest, taking tablets, and I just wasn't my best.
These sound like excuses to me.
So they are probably excuses, and I'm teeing myself hopefully up for a good finish today.
Now you can play?
Today. Yeah.
Can you bring that game today?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, practice has gone well.
Yeah.
You have to practice, don't you? You have to put it in.
You can't just rock up and play.
No, you can't. Definitely not. I came up here a couple of weeks ago and played it, and that went well. Tough finishing hole, definitely. And there's some really tricky greens out there. You know, last year I had 20 points after the front 9 and I was leading, and I had 9, would you believe, in the next 7, 8 holes, and missed out on even
That's disappointing, isn't it?
So I feel like I really left it out there, but I got tired and I just couldn't keep it together. So yeah, I feel like I've left it out there. So hopefully come back today and see what happens.
Should have supplied a box there for William. He looked very small next to Alan Kavanagh. Tall and rangy. Oh, another one turning through the ball with aplomb. Everyone finding this fairway. Standard this week is very high. Champion of Dorset looking smug. Out into the golf course then, into the front 9. Barely the front 9. Closing hole for Carl Howe. Now it's a par 3, of which there are 5 on this golf course. And that's one of the finest shots we've seen all day there. Could be a birdie too. Also going nicely is young Clark, Ian Clark. Anything in the red is good. You have a chance to be in the top 4 and make the playoff. Spin, grip. Oh, turn pro. Turn pro. Where did you make all your money? Wasn't on the Trilby Tour. Kavanagh. 20 points through 12 holes. So room for improvement. This is the stroke 1 hole. 444 yards, and he has found the lawn in 2. About a 35-footer for his birdie, with a shot. Could turn it all around. Bit of traffic on the golf course, I see there. Last hole is a par 3 as well. Not a long one, 166 yards. Look at the windy conditions. Just a perfect day for golf, really. It is. And maybe a 2 to finish. Smarten your card up. Everyone taking it very seriously today. All furrowed brows in the Trilby Tour. Yeah, well played. But not for the entire round, because it was only 29 points. Carl Howe, DNQ, did not qualify. Better luck next time at the Trilby Tour. Clark's second shot for his 2 at the 12th. Already got 25 points. Screaming playoff, I fancy. Couldn't get that ball in his pocket quick enough. 124, the 9th hole. Treacherous par 3. It's a wedge for John Millard. All the way from Epsom. Is he going to make it pay? Well, yes, he has. And we don't see that on the Trilby Tour so often. A little bit of backspin. So we saw the second shot, Kavanagh at the 13th. And this is a long putt, 35 feet across the green with a shot on the stroke 1 hole. That is a net 2. And that's why he's got 37 points. Massive moment for the 8 handicapper. He leads in the clubhouse, Alan Kavanagh. This you fancy's got a little bit of left to right in it for Millard's 2 at the 9th. Oh yes, just poured it in. He's starting to get going. John Millard, the 9th hole was good. Some loose shots out there, 33 points in the end. That's playing off, but you fancy that won't be good enough. Well, the last hole's a short par 3, but it is stroke 11, so Ratcliffe gets a shot here. This for a net 1. Drinks all round. Get your wallet out. Oh, he knew that. That's why he 2-putted. 37 points as well. Tied at the top, Ricky Ratcliffe. Good work from Ricky.
Simon, champion of Nottinghamshire.
I am indeed.
Reigning
yes.
champion.
The reigning champion, yes.
Is this course yours?
No.
You owned it last year.
I did own it last year.
Is it
and
yours
this
today?
year it is.
You're going to own it?
It is.
Yeah?
I'm here to win
You're a
it.
good player, aren't you?
I am a good player.
Unorthodox?
Unorthodox, but yeah, hit a good ball.
Yeah.
Normally put well. So that's the game.
It meant a lot to you to win last year,
It did.
didn't it?
It did.
Tell us about it.
It was best day on the golfing course. Had the family with us, my dad, my brother, my little boy.
Yeah. Are they all here today?
Not my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, not my dad. So.
Okay. If you were to win again today?
Yeah.
What would that mean if you win again today?
That's the aim. That's what I'm here to do. I want to win it.
Have you got the game?
I have. I'm not here to make the numbers. I may have already made Hull in the final, but I'm here to win it today. Yeah. 39 points.
Oh.
Here we go. Same again.
He's made of steel, is Simon Crean. Granite heart. Here he is at the first with a 3-wood. Golf shot. Golf swing. Low raking draw down the middle. Well, no finer way to start your round than that. 37's the best score in the clubhouse, and we'll see if anyone can get close when we come back.
As we've already seen, the 9th hole at Trent Lock is a relatively simple short par 3. So have a look at Stephen Clooney teeing up, and during the break, try and work out what happened next. William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate. Before the break, we asked you to try and guess what happened to Stephen Clooney's tee shot on the 9th. Well, rather than follow the crowd and hit his shot towards the flag, maverick golfer Steve decided he'd rather send his ball on a journey to another fairway, 2 holes away. Back to Rob.
Well, that was a long way offline. I need an Uber from there to get to the green. Right, Trilby Tour 2019 Championship of Nottinghamshire at Trent Lock. Good golfing day and some good scores in already. So 37, the best to beat. Kavanagh and Ratcliffe. All they can do is wait. See if anyone can get past them. Green's tee shot at the 12th, trying to find the green. The 12th, by the way, is 192 yards. It's a long one. One of his playing partners has hit a perler, but it's the Trilby Tour. It's probably someone playing the wrong hole. Ian Johnson. The important thing is he's playing from the fairway. Can he find this flag at the 11th? Needs to release just a little bit. That is almost perfect. Just a bit more MPH over the top of the hill. It would have been stone dead. Oh, hands on hip. Full teapot. Revell's tee shot at the 3rd. 5 points over the first 2 holes, so that's good. Momentum on his side. Hunting down the flags. He wishes. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Putt for another birdie. Green was short-sighted to the right of 12, the par 3. Let's check out the short game skills. And all in all, not bad at all. Might still get away with a par. Oh, he's got a head cover for his putter. That's very swanky. Not often seen in the Trilby Tour. Golf bags that we see. Rentals they play with normally here. Now this is off-piste, certainly. Over the willow tree, over the water hazard. And going nowhere in particular. Johnson's 3rd at the 11th, the par 4. This is a birdie attempt. Come on, Ian. Little right to lefter. Down the hill. Oh, it's under, but it's still running and running and running. That was wild. Julian Wright. Now, he's 2nd to the 7th. Plays off 15. He's played a bunch of Trilby Tours, that's for sure. From Spalding Golf Club. Actually, Spalding. That was the name of the kid in Caddyshack. You're playing golf today and you're going to like it, Spalding. To the 8th. Paul Hughes was a long way offline. Then he played out over the trees to there. That's the chip. Competing hard. Simon's chip from the wrong position ended here, and the putt is good. That's a really good save. 31 points in the end for Simon Green. Playing off a 5. Not too bad. That's not good enough to qualify. Hasty back. Wright's birdie chip. That's bold to say that on the Trilby Tour. Now this better be downhill. It isn't. Struggling for his par. Back to the 11th. And the par attempt. Ian Johnson laid it up. 2-shot strategy. That's why he's 35 points. In a playoff position right now, that might struggle. The horrible wait to see if it's going to get through to the playoff. Revels, birdie putt. Come on. Been awesome so far. You've been awesome. Hanging on. In the end, it was 36 points. That's in the playoff position. The 35s are looking precarious now. Who else is going to get into the red? This is the early stages of the Hughes round. Paul Hughes. And a little bit more of that, and you'd have a chance. Another man on level par, 36 points. Playing off, maybe. We saw a beautiful chip shot, although distinctly average. This is right to left. It turns sharply here, and stop. 37 points, however. Well played, Julian Wright. 3 of them now in the clubhouse on 37. Level pars, 36 points, scraping in. Let's get down to William, who's sheltering under a willow tree. Little shower coming in. He's talking to Ed McCausland, who knows everything about this golf course.
Thanks, Rob. We're here on Duck Island on this beautiful willow tree to keep us out of the rain and stop us getting wet. I'm here with Ed from Trent Lock, who is the owner, proprietor, and all-round capitan of the place. So, Ed, talk us about the through the playoff holes. We've got a par 5, 4 and 3, and they're our first, 10th and 18th.
That's correct, William, yes. Yeah. So the first hole, like all 3 of them really, is not easy.
We saw a bit of carnage there last year, didn't we?
We did. Obviously, you've got water down the left-hand side and out of bounds down the right. And then you've got 2 bunkers at sort of about 240, 250.
Are we reachable in 2 on this hole? We've got the better players.
It's reachable in 2 for the better player, but it's whether you've got the stamina to have a go for it off that tee.
It is late in the day. They're a little bit tired.
Yeah.
And can they do it? I mean, last year we saw some beautiful golf.
We did.
And some pretty horrendous stuff.
We did. But Simon last year, who won the...
Not the most orthodox.
No, he wasn't, but he got through the green on 2 last
He did.
in the
He
playoff.
Big hitter.
Put it in the back bunker.
So we could be looking for a birdie there, really. We could be par 5 starting off with.
We could be.
I think so.
I wouldn't say we should be, but we could be.
Par 5, the better players. Now, moving on to our second playoff hole, our 10th.
Yes.
This is a par 4. Dangers, what we should go for, targets. What are we doing?
Well, it would help if you could fade the ball if they're that good a golfer.
Okay.
Because it's ideal for that. You've got a lot of trouble on the right-hand side. If you're going to bail out, you want to bail out down the left side.
Bit of left with a little bit swing back to right again.
Well,
do you think they're going to be laying up? They've got to go for it, really, haven't they?
Well, you've got to go for it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
And you've got to really go past the stick.
To bring it back.
Well,
the greens are holding them, aren't they?
The greens are holding.
Yeah, and the greens are in great condition.
Fantastic.
Great condition holding. Now, moving on to the last hole. This is a very, very pretty hole crossing Duck Island. Looks pretty simple.
Well, you've named it Duck Island.
Okay, but it looks pretty simple.
Well, it's not. It's 166 yards off where we're playing today.
Yeah.
And the water, you've got to carry 120, 130, but it looks a lot greater than that.
Yeah, I stood on that tee and it looks pretty straightforward. That's all different though when the cameras aren't on me. I'm going to look at that tee.
Yeah.
160, as you say. Tell us what's going to happen here. The nerves, how they're going to feel on it, all that water. Just the fountain, all the bits, the crowd around the green.
Well, I think
what's going to happen?
I think just looking at the water is going to make you twitchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would me, definitely.
So, what do you think? What's the score's going to? What score do we need to win this tonight?
I think 1 over.
1 over.
1 over for the 3 holes.
Okay.
I do.
Well, you heard it here, Rob. Back to you. 1 over will win it, according to Ed.
Well, we'll find out. That's a little bit in the future. Back out to the golf course to one of the late starters, Richard Foster, par 3. Now, it's not very long. It's 134 yards. You've got chances at the par 3s here at Trent Lock. Some short ones, and that's a nice approach shot. Keeling coming towards the end, 27 points, needs a very fast finish. Come on, Gary. Spin. Oh, it's too good. Too much chew on that one. Could knock it in. Could change his round. 30 points if he knocks that in. David Dean, second shot. Out of position. Up and over the trees. Little bit of draw, perhaps. Come on, it's coming back. Oh, he's played it well. Just could not stop it. However, it's not lying too badly. Chipping and putting, that's all right. Pars are good. Trilby to pars are always very good. Now, here's the man who's in charge. Ian Clark. Joint clubhouse lead right now, and he's still got a hole to go. It's the little tiddly 18th, the par 3. So he's avoided the water. He's found the putting surface. He's looking good. But all it means is he will get into the playoff. That's all it means. Top 4, that's what you're looking for. David Dean going really nicely. Now let's see if he can chip and putt from here. Back and through, loft it up, let it release. Round you come. It does move towards the cup from there. It's fooled a lot of players, that chip shot. Still 12 feet away. Foster's second for the 2 at the 3rd. Look at the caddy, face of concentration. Look at that. Wrong line. However, 37 points. That is a joint clubhouse lead. Could have been 38 points if that had gone in. No luck for the 4 handicapper. So this could change everything. Keeling's birdie attempt at the 15th after the great approach is good. Yeah. Oh, and how about that for a finish? 37 points. Gary Keeling coming up on the rails. Maybe the danger man. The man with the most momentum going into the playoff. Lots of other players trying to get there. The good start. David Dean trying to continue that with his par here. And he makes it. 37 points. A gaggle of players on that score. That looks like it'll be the playoff mark. Let's find out. To break free of the 37s. That's guaranteed. It's definitely guaranteed now. Very good lag putt. That's a par and 2 points, 39 points for Ian Clark. So that is the best score of the day. Nobody beat Ian Clark. Tremendous performance. So into the chip off from a greenside bunker, and it's 3 from 6 between these half dozen: Foster, Ratcliffe, Kavanagh, Wright, Dean and Keeling. And some very nice shots were played. And this will show you who goes through and who doesn't. Julian Wright just misses out, so does Ricky Ratcliffe, and so does Alan Kavanagh, but they all qualify for the World Championship final. So a consolation prize indeed. Confirmation then of the 4 to play off: Ian Clark, David Dean, Richard Foster, Gary Keeling, Kavanagh, Ratcliffe, Wright, Hughes, Revel and Johnson make it through to the World Championship final. There they are, the 4 of them that have made it through to the final. One of them is going to be the champion of Nottinghamshire. We'll find out who that man is when we come back.
William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate.
Welcome back to the playoff of this year's Trilby Tour Championship of Nottinghamshire. We're at Trent Lock Golf Club. It's been a really good golfing day. We are down to the last 4 men that play 3 holes to find one champion. Look at them all, nervous, agitated. Only going to be one winner. Let's get down to William.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here on the first of our playoff holes with Nick and Ed. Ed, you know all about this course. We've got 4 very good golfers: a 1 handicap, a 5 handicap, 4 and a 6. Some very good play, very good scores. Tell us what they've got to do on here, because this is a tough hole. What have they got to watch out for?
Well, obviously they've got to watch out for both sides. You've got out of bounds and you've got water down the left side.
It's narrow, isn't it?
It's very narrow.
Yeah.
But that will favour the 1 handicapper,
yeah,
Ian Clark.
So
definitely.
Narrow, adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah, and definitely.
Talk about adrenaline. What's going through their minds right now? You've been here and you won. You did it. What's happening in between their ears right
their
now?
Emotions will be, neither of them have gone through that before. I believe Ian's the only one that probably would have done. Ian's been there, so that's a major advantage.
A long time ago, though.
A long time ago, but I still believe he's got the mental capacity to do that. The other 3 will be, their mind will be all over the place. They will not know, and it's nerves. It's really nerves. This first tee shot will be the one.
All 4 players took pars in this hole in open play. Predictions. Who's going to win?
I'm going to go for one of the underdogs. I'm going to go for Richard Foster.
Oh yeah.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't disagree with what you said with Ian Clark, but I'm going to go for one of the underdogs.
Nick, who do you want?
I'm going to go for the proven. I'm going to go for Ian Clark.
Well, I'm going to go for Ian Clark, which basically kiboshes his chance of anything. So let's see what happens in the next hole.
Let's see if the Hunt curse can continue for 2019. Never, ever, ever has he pulled in a winner. So for Clark, there's absolutely no chance. Well, this is their moment of fame. Onto the first tee, in front of the crowd, in front of the cameras. And it's there. They can all touch it. They can all smell it. One of them is going to be the champion of Nottinghamshire.
Ian Clark, 58, Lindrick Golf Club, handicap 1. I've driven it well and I've putted it well, so I'm really pleased with how I've played today. It's gone down really well, so I needed to do. I knew 37 was leading when I set off, so I knew I needed to go under par to get into the playoff. Great course, really good condition. Some tricky holes on there. You need to know, you definitely need to have played a practice round to get around some of the holes. But yeah, everything about it, the tees, the fairways, the greens, they're very, very well manicured. Champion of Yorkshire about 4 years ago, so to be champion of Nottinghamshire this year, real double whammy for me. So looking forward to it, and let's just see if we can get over the winning line.
So this is it. This is key. Driver, par 5, first of the 3 playoff holes. The first hole is so important when you're trying to become a champion. You run out of real estate and time very quickly. Beauty.
Hi, my name's David Dean, 34, from Sunbury Golf Club, handicap 5. It's actually been a great day, yeah, really enjoyed it. Course is looking lovely, greens are great, but we've been really lucky with the weather, so yeah, lovely day. Putted very well today. 2 silly free putts from tough pins, but yeah, putted really well. I think the course is quite gettable if you do putt well. and just put it in position. It's quite a fair golf course, I think. I blobbed 10. So parred 1, parred 18, but blobbed 10. So that will not be happening again.
The man from Sunbury, the driver, all the way to Nottingham. That's 2.5 hours hard driving in a motor car. If you've got all 4 tyres, that is. Oh, it's unlucky.
Richard Foster, 33, Norwood Park Golf Club, handicap 4. I drove it really well today. It put me in good place, put me in good positions, and then I took advantage from there, which was nice. The Trilby Tour, it's just like no other. It's a one-off chance, and hopefully you can take your chance when it comes along. And you can't. It's the best amateur competition in the world. Parred them all in the round, so hopefully I can do the same in the playoff, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully that's good enough.
Everyone using a driver, because it's 568 yards long. And that better be fading. It is fading. On the bunkers with a bit of cut. Oh, no cut. Oh, did that hit the rake and just stop? I think he stopped short. He's had a right break.
Gary Keeling, age 53, Newcastle Underline Golf Club, handicap of 6. It was after the front 9, young Tom on the bag from Newcastle. I was sort of forcing the driver a little, and then on the back 9, I kind of tapped it more than anything, but the short game was really good as well. It's made up for it. Up and downs a lot and a few good putts. I've just got to make the final. It's simple as that, it's just make the final. It's not even winning here today, you know. If I won here today, it'd be great. But it's just getting into the final. The main aim is to get to the final. Just to get into the finals, my aim. But today, if I win, it'd be great. It'd be great. It'd be icing on the cake, I suppose.
Well, he's the man that finished with the rattle of birdies all the way into the clubhouse to get himself into this position. Now, can he make it count? Don't be put off by the claps from the back of the Trilby Tour. If you get it airborne, they start clapping. Straight left into the trees. It's bounced down though, it's alright. It'll be the shortest of all the tee shots. And they're off and running. Most important 1 hour of their entire lives. Keeling second after hitting the tree. It is a par 5, so he can reach it in 3, and that will be alright. And just to remind you that this year there are no shots in the playoff. It's all off of scratch. Mano e mano. Foster second. Had that good break with the tee shot. Did not go in the bunker. Swipes that one down the fairway. That's good. That's very good. Not too much left in there. Chances open up with a birdie at the first. How unfortunate has David Dean been? Right up against the lip. Do not be greedy. And he's done well. He's done well. Wasn't suckered into taking too much club and hitting that lip. Having a crack. Ian Clark with that beautiful drive. Can he make it pay? He smashed it. He has ripped this. Keep going straight. Not far away, is it? That's 2 very good hits. So they're in 2. Chipping and putting for a birdie 4. That would be the ideal start. The third then for Dean. Trying to draw it in. Is it drawing? It is. Oh, a little too much. Sit. That's all right. Not in the bunker. Not in the water hazard. Can still make his par 5. And will not be too far away if he does that. Keeling's third. From the centre of the fairway. Look at the crowd. How quiet they are. Now, where's this one going to finish? That will be a tricky little chip. It's all right. It isn't too far away, but he's got to be delicate with that. And they move on down to the last 2. Foster. A really good layup after not finding the fairway. Spin. Get in. Oh, that was nearly an eagle 3. That would have been unbelievable. You don't get too many eagles on the Trilby Tour. That would have been one of them. Now, Ian Clark was just shy of the green in 2 after 2 good woods. This is very straightforward. Make it pay. Make it pay. That's also very good indeed. So 2 makeable birdie putts coming up. They're taking control at this early stage. Gary Keeling just pin high right in 3. Has also played a very nice chip shot. Get in. Oh, referee. That's a par 5. It's It's very good. It was nearly a 4, a cheeky 4. So Dean inspired by the chip shot he's just seen. Can he repeat it? Yes, he can. Round you come. This is top stuff, isn't it? That's also a par. It may not be good enough to lead into the second hole because there are 2 very short birdie putts coming up. First one for Richard Foster. 4.5 feet, back up the hill. Yes, that's a perfect 4. That's the perfect start. In pole position with 2 holes to go. He could be matched by Ian Clark, the one handicapper. Nerves are jangling, back and through. Done it a million times, except not on this occasion. What a chance that was. So he gives up the birdie gift to record a par 5, of which there will be 3 of them.
Guys, some very, very good golf there. Some very good golfers. Some great shots.
Fantastic.
And some shots I would like to play myself. I think Ian messed up a little bit there. He let it slip through.
He did, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Richard grabbed the
Well,
birdie out of
that was
nowhere.
great, yeah.
Now this hole, we've had 3 pars and a 6. David Dean took a double on this one. So would that be on his mind, do you think, at all?
100%. 100%, yeah, it will be, definitely. But talk about pressure, that last hole, what pressure?
Yeah.
No pressure at all. So a -1 and 3 5s.
Now Gareth's little chip shot there was super, wasn't it?
Just
Yeah,
very
fantastic.
good. Yeah.
Tell us about this hole.
Well, the fairway's about 25 yards wide at their landing point,
right.
so it's crucial that
Yeah.
they've got to hit that fairway.
We saw 4 very good straight shots there.
Yeah,
Martin
very.
Gareth was a little bit wayward, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it's very crucial because the pin's in such a difficult position and he'd
Whose
on the
idea was
fairway. Toby's idea, not mine. Might have given him a bit of help with it, but
so what are we doing? Are we laying up? Are we going for it? What are we doing?
no, you've got to go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, and you want to be on that fairway to get the spin where that flag position is because you need to get near to it, don't you?
Okay, back to you, Rob.
Well, Ed mentioned Tobu, who is the tournament director. He decides where the pins are, where the tees are. He's got the white hat on. Looks like he should be yachting. You'll spot him. Toby likes to dress up. Now the 10th hole, you do not want to go to the right. The second playoff hole, you get blocked out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ian Clark.
And there's water involved if you get it wrong. You're second. Clark going with the driver, trying to muscle it straight down the middle. Get a clear view of the hole. That looks beautiful.
Stand up, ladies and gentlemen.
He's taken on the corner. That should be absolutely superb. This is a very high standard of golf, this week's Trilby Tour. It's unusual. Dean, another cracker. Now, does it go long enough to get past the trees on the corner? It needs to skedaddle. Get going. Yeah, that should be okay too. The hole from that point turns very sharply to the right. Keeling. Something like that, please. Now it's going left. Overcooked with the hook. Sit down. It's maybe. It's a maybe, that one. The good news is that left is better than right. Right, you get blocked out, as you can see. Now this is pretty blind. Over the top of the trees, there's water to carry. It's guesswork out the rough. Keep your head down. Make a good contact. Hope for the best. He's done very well. Might turn that into a really, really unlikely birdie. From the wrong position. Position Z. This was Keeling's tee shot that went a little bit down the left, but he's okay. He's got some overhanging willow branches to just work his ball around, which he's done, so that's a great shot. Everybody's there or thereabouts, but 2 cracking tee shots. Dean to go first, off a great drive. Can afford to be aggressive here. B the club was the shout. I mean, who were these spectators? Wasn't within 20 yards of being the right club. No, it wasn't unlucky. With a wedge in your hand, that was not good. So Clark, again, it opens up for him. Didn't make the birdie putt the last he should have done. What about this hole? Super aggressive. And it might pay dividends just on the edge of the green, but not too far from the hole. That's the best birdie opportunity of this group coming down the second playoff hole. Dean in trouble. Cheeky third. Off a downslope. And that's gone scuttling over the front edge of the green. That was all caused by the second. Great tee shot, poor second, struggling now. Foster, birdie at the first. And another birdie chip here. It's a putt. And he's holed it. Get in. Oh, stop. Foster, 1 under par, 1 hole to play. In the driving seat. Can anybody else be 1 under? It cannot be David Dean. Chip in for a 4 required. Trying and trying and trying and trying. Bogeys are no good now. That from nowhere is going to be at least a bogey 5. Shake of the head. He can only stand and watch. Gary Keeling. Turn. Good try. Good attempt. And it's still running and rolling. That's gone a long way past. A lot further past than it looks on your screens. So, Ian Clark, here's your chance. Putting with a flag in. It's not going to be a birdie. It's a par though, so he's 1 behind the leader with 1 hole to play, which is a little incy-wincy par 3. Par putt for Keeling. Second playoff hole. This has to go. Oh, and he's holed it. Stays in it. Brave, very brave from Gary. All square going down the final hole. 1 shot back. And this is going to be at least +1 with a hole to play. Maybe +2. And it's a double bogey. So 2 over par for David. 1 hole to play. You would think he's gone. It's now between 3 players.
Tough hole. Played very well by 3 of them, and David Dean's going to be hurting after that one. What's going to go through his head now? We said it, didn't we, on the tee?
That was the first sign.
Struggle.
That was the first sign of pressure. He played it bad in the first round.
Was that adrenaline that put him through?
Yeah. It was a really nice, crisp wedge. But
God, we all thought it was a beauty, didn't we?
Beautiful one, yeah. But the adrenaline too long, and then a duff chip coming back. So that's the pressure now. I think he's now got to come back from that. But
that's a tough green to put on, isn't it?
Very tough.
Yeah. Place. You had to be below the hole, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us about this green here.
Well, I think it's playing about 15 yards longer now than an hour ago because the wind's getting up.
I'll tell you what's baffling is the optical illusion there, isn't it? There's like with the stakes there, it makes it sort of quite hard to judge the distance, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks a lot further away than it actually is, but it's playing 166 today.
That water's got to be playing on your mind as well, because that's a decent carry, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But I don't think it's that big a problem for these guys.
No, possibly not. What about these guys now? How are they feeling? Because they're good players, but we saw a wobble there, didn't we? A few of them kept onto it, kept hold of it, and we saw a few wobbles, didn't we?
We did. Well, Ian Clark's been here before, so I'm still going with my hunch of Ian Clark.
He needs a birdie.
He does. But
all 4 players parred this in play.
But Rich is in. He's in the hot seat at the moment.
Do you reckon Richard can hold it?
He's looking good. He's looking good.
Okay.
He's looking very good.
Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, William. Right, this is all important. 166 yards. Most important tee shot of Foster's entire golfing career. This is right now. Right now. Get up. There's water to carry. Well, he's over the water and he's on the green. Just. That will do. He doesn't want it back. Clark, you might think, has to make a birdie too, so pulling out all the stops. Not catching the centre of the club face. This is low, squirty and right. Somewhere over there. That was a loose one. The only other man on level par is Gary Keeling. And that is down the right-hand side. A long way down the right-hand side. This is looking very nice for the leader, who's under par by a shot. Last to play. It's proved very elusive, the 18th hole, par 3 over water. It's funny, amateurs see water and they start to get a little bit jumpy and nervous. So, for Gary Keeling, very difficult position here. Try and save his par. And I'm pretty confident he will not be able to do that. So he's gone. A low scudder into the bunker for 2. 1 by 1, they're self-destructing. David Dean did that at the second. Difficult shot, not much room to work with, and played it quite nicely. That's all he could have done, really. Landing on a downslope and kicking on, but damage done already. So what about Ian Clark? Chip in for a 2? Never know. Leaned his body into that one. Tried to help it along. Knew he'd underhit it. And all of a sudden, it's 2 putts will do. But the leader on 1 under par is going to have to wait. Gary Keeling's bunker shot. Played pretty nicely. But will not be level par or under par. He's going to be over par, so he's gone. It's down to Richard Foster, quite simply 2 putts to be the champion of Nottinghamshire. Can he take it? Doesn't want to leave himself a little squeaker, and it's exactly what he's done. Oh, puff of the cheeks and, yeah, swallow. Tightening of the buttocks. Clark for the par. And really, that's a sigh of relief. He now knows he's got 2 putts from 3 feet to be a brand new champion on the Trilby Tour. All the rest of this stuff is just frill. People just finishing out best they can. You get through the last 4, and if you don't win, you still have accomplished something that not many people have done. Gary Keeling's bogey putt. And it's well holed and well played. But it will not be you. And doing what all great champions do, putting out to leave the stage for the winner. Hard lines to Ian Clark, David Dean and Gary Keeling, but Richard Foster, 2 putts to become the champion of Nottinghamshire at Trent Lock in 2019, and he's done it in style. He's played the 3 playoff holes in 1 under par, and that was far too good for everybody else. What a way to do it. What a story to tell the young kids, the grandkids, your own kids, whoever he is, probably his. Just a tremendous scene here at Trent Lock, and, well, when you do that and win one of those for the first time, you feel on top of the world. Look at that, son. Look what I brought you home.
I don't really know how I'm feeling, to be honest. It's overriding emotion. Legs are like jelly. It's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. Nearly up there with this little lad.
What a nice man. Won that in front of his kid. What did his kid say? I'm proud. What a great thing. That's his biggest prize today, having his boy say that to him, surely. I'd like to say, well done, Ed, for picking the winner, but I won't, because it really annoyed me that he did. Just another fabulous day on the Trilby Tour. Great golf. We all saw some great golf starting off with, and then it all got a bit wobbly, didn't it? All sort of, the pressure told on 3 of them boys. And Richard held his nerve. Well done, Richard. Great champion.
For Shot of the Day this week, we revisit Dean Chidlow on the 9th and this perfectly played tee shot, which leaves him just a tap in for the birdie. After which, we've got the shots that don't even know what birdie means in Rogues Gallery, starting with renowned Gramminian Michael Day, who seems awfully keen that his ball gets a close-up of this flowering monocotyledon, or long grass. Aaron Shield on the 4th is another excited horticulturalist, adamant that his ball visits the Buxus sempervirens, or hedge. So insistent is Adam, he even takes a drop and sends another ball into the hedge just a few feet along from his first. There's dedication. Look behind this Buxus sempervirens on 8 and we find Ian Page, who, aware of all the hedge finding elsewhere, is determined to get in on the action, although technically that is more of a bush Ian. Hedge fever is clearly catching as Jonathan Tooley, with much gusto, ignores the 6th fairway and green altogether, going straight for his own Buxus sempervirens. Meanwhile, Luke Green, unable to find a suitable hedge adjacent to the 14th, hides his ball in a nearby copse until one can be cultivated. Now, briefly, we go live to the Rugby League, where Trilby regular Owen Fortune plays first through the uprights and then into a handily located ditch. To misquote Noel Harrison, round like a circle in a circle, like a wheel within a wheel, like the ripples Paul Altrie's ball makes on the 12th, when he lands it in a stream. And to continue the theme, like a clock whose hands are sweeping past the minutes of its face, like blow-up Blackford's ball, whirling silently in space. It's no good for your health, that pesky stream beside the 12th. Mr. Blackford again, this time on the 13th, and trying to revenge his recent misfortune on some passing caddies. Next to Matthew Vardy, and maybe it's time for your nap, Matty. Sweet dreams. Who'd be a cameraman now on the 9th, where the tee shot of Trilby newbie Paul West may well have hit Doobie right on the bonce had he not been quick enough to unclip his camera and scarper with it. No idea where the ball ended up though. Finally, here's Lee Denovan, head of golf at last week's Trilby venue, Whittlebury Park. This week though, he fancied keeping his hands clean and showing everyone how it should be done. How, for example, to top your tee shot on the first and face the humiliating trudge just a few feet up the fairway to play your second. Thanks for that, Lee. Invaluable. 5 down, 4 to go. We're rapidly running out of regional championships, but we still have more champions and qualifiers to find before we reach the International Grand Final in Hull. Next week, it's the flowery slopes of God It Loose for the Championship of Worcestershire. In the meantime, if you'd like to be a future host of the Trilby Tour, please contact us via the website at www.trilbytour.com. We'll see you next week. William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate.